yatuyita wakati abo yadde okubuuza nasindika akagaali ke n'atuyitako. Hi everyone, no risk, no story. This is the industry critic, Nyiga Obayiga. I'm here with my brother Abdul White Collar. Why? Chiri kitya?
Ndi bulungi sina buzibu.
Industry ogiraba ebigenda maaso biraba.
Industry nungi.
Yes sir.
Industry ezoganya. Ine ebitateredde naye ensonga lwaki tuli wano. Ngaba akugambye. Nyiga Obayiga. Industry critic. We are here to make sure that everything gets in order.
Yes, okogera ku nsonga ezitaga okutereeza mu industry, okogera ku nsonga zetuyinza okukwatako nga industry yaffe okukola ki okubanga ebaako wekola ki wetuuka. So tetuli wano eno kubanga tukirizaze nga bayimbi mbo wayi tuzze bakuba nedda, wabula tuzze kusomesa, twagala tuyige ffenna okitegeera tube kubye twegaddako nga industry. Nyiga Obayiga
wekiri
sebo twayogera ku gaali wano eno mu byokusaaga wano eno tetubawa information entuufu okitegeera ekintu ekyo
twabagamba. By the way, abantu balina okumanya, abantu bamanye nti bino ebintu etukole tugwira bigwire. Personally, I told you I have a lot of experience in the industry, entertainment industry. I'm a media personality, ndi songwriter, so bintu bino tetubyogerako
tokiguddemu bugwi nti bannaye bino ebintu byetukola wano eno bannaye tubitegeka, tuli bategeke nti industry tugibaddemu not only for 1 year but for some period of time.
We have vast experience.
Yes, we have the experience.
How the industry runs.
Tufunyeko ku mboko za industry okitegeera, so industry tugimanyi ngeri gyetambulamu. So yo haso tugikubye. So twagera wano ku gaali ne twaddressing ensonga eyo. Before you know ngegaali zitabuse okitegeera ekintu ekyo, and the things we addressed are the same things that happened.
Era bwobanga gwe muli gwo okusosa okulaba
the industry critic
genda osokola episode yaffe esooka twali twogera ku gaali. Oyinza okuba olinayo mukwano gw'omuyimbi, oyinza okuba olina mukwano gweyo ayagala okuyingira endongo. There are people that are interested in the industry. So for those people that really want to get to know and have vast knowledge about the industry, get more informed, oli mu kifo ekituufu. Industry critic
Nyiga
Obayiga, no risk, no story.
So mu episode ya leero Abdul White Collar.
Yes sir.
Mbadde ntunulira industry nga nina ebintu byengezaako okulaba ebikyuse mu industry yaffe. The impact of rising stars, sagala bayita upcoming.
The
rising stars okitegeera nti dominating the industry. Nti essaawa zineno bw'otunuulira industry ejjuddemu abayimbi abatraining, actually abayimbi abatraining abonna abasinga, they are rising stars.
Actually, for the first time in so many years, we've had a year where the rising stars dominate the playlist more than the
abakadde abaluddewo.
You realize that there's been a lot of good output from the rising stars. A lot of new names are on the chart. They are dominating charts across the country and the region. And trust me, the game is also changing because they've introduced a lot of new things,
new trends, new styles of fashion.
Exactly. Nti ojja kulaba abayimbi nga Kapeke, he's doing his own style. Ojja kulaba omuyimbi nga we saw here Ozambe. That boy
was all over the internet.
Dista is called Dista, I think. Naleta style ndia walubana abana abali mu ghetto, the likes of Nato Boss, YB Expert, ababana bwe bati abali
bisala.
Exactly. But in fact baleese omuliro mungi nnyo mu industry, and which is really, it is good because chizukusa they already established artists. It also helps create a balance because abayimbi nene abasinga badde basirise badde tebafulumiza music. So kati industry okubeera instead of the industry being dull and not having anybody pushing, I think the rising stars have really done a commendable job.
Actually they have done baina tofali bagasa ku industry.
Very true.
Mumbera nga Kamiri mulwadde
Bebe Kulu ali mu kufumba
circumference omukulu principal kugamba ali mu kulwanirira gwanga and who else, the likes of Juliana's bali mu retirement Rema Namakula
they took a sabbatical. Actually they took a sabbatical of music.
Lwakubanti fe wanakikugambako no kikugambako last time nti when our artists go on a break abantu bagamba oyo yagwa okitegera ekintu ekyo naye nga in actual sense omuntu aba agenze kwezuula or maybe they're bonding with family, or maybe they have other issues they're working on, or what you get or maybe they've ventured into another business.
It is very, actually it is healthy for an artist to take a sabbatical, take some time off,
off
the pressures of the industry, because for us, actually what most people think, most of our viewers out there, what they think is that every time an artist, the only responsibility that the artist has is to go into studio and produce a song. But unfortunately, when you look at it in a broader perspective, you realize that they also have a life that they live. Trust me, they juggle between their daily life and the music, you get it, and also there are pressures that come with the entertainment industry. So sometimes an artist is required to take some time off, that sabbatical, so that they are able to refresh, they're able
refresh
to
your mind.
Writer to writer's block. Exactly. So I think the artists also experience that. There's also fatigue that comes with a lot of shows, a lot of activities,
studios back and forth.
Also the creative process. Let me tell you, the creative process is something that is very, very, very disturbing and very pressing when it comes to the artists. Think of new ideas, branding, they are in expectations. So taking that sabbatical, the leave helps you.
Like CTV. And sometimes what I call pressure, I think. Now, I'll give you an example of artist Tinga Maurice Carrier. You see how he does his things?
And you see, let me tell you, that's the essence of people that have been here. That's the essence of having a planned career. You get it. And I think we are going to discuss about this later on in the show. We have one of the challenges that artists have, and it's basically among so common among the rising stars. They do not have a planned career. You get it. Somebody gets into the industry, they want to be a star. Exactly. And it becomes even worse when they break through so easily, you get it. Omuntu afunye breakthrough ngabade tajisubira. The chances are made ebintu bigenda muvuga, the industry will dictate terms on which they operate. Atenge bisere bisinga chandibade chikola nya makulu nti singa omuntu akera kumacha and they have a planned career. We've seen this with the Liquid Rebels. You get it. Bo baba manyi nti omuntu agenda bera bwati
agenda transition in a way
buli kyaba akola kibera planned. However, you realize nti omibi wata ine echo kintu, it's going to be very hard.
Very hard.
Nga afunamu akadde akawummula kitegeeza ebintu bigenda muvuga.
Not sustaining a career like you'd go astray. You don't know what to start with, you don't know what to end with. You don't know nti why wembanko zolimba kichenzezaako. So we're addressing such issues nga twagala bannayi muleme kunyiiga abantu abali eyo wala muyige bwizi mu kintu kinene.
Ne baba banyiga naye kasita tubeera nga omulamwa kutereza.
Kutereza industry. And today we want to actually talk about the impact of these rising stars. We'll start with naming them. We have artists like Fiki Gaza. He has worked. Yasinzo Kola, but he's one of those rising artists abachari up to now from last year.
Pretty Banks.
Pretty Banks. She has done well. Yes, Nando Love. Atuwadde nyimba wow. Eze sola tina all of this other song is what? Mbologoma, you know. Aine Mbalasi, you get. We don't know, but Chonacho Tugama Nando Love who give you the support.
She's a very good songwriter.
Yeah, she is. She's so talented. I have been with her in one of the camps in the music industry, and I've seen her potential. And I'm so proud of her and what she has accomplished. The artist. There's Ava Peace.
Ava Peace.
Yeah, she has been all over.
Yes. There is actually
there's also Trace Melony. Yes, that song is that song Kakana. Wow,
a very good song.
Is it Dr. Brain for the song?
Yeah.
And Chemical nice. Chemical kuba.
He's one of those people flowers. I think there's also a boy called Kapeke.
Before we get to Kapeke, naliba Dr. Brain recently. I know Rimba from Israel Malaika. So in one of the verses, ngata nikolimba ya gamba nze siri advisor na chemical inaisa. So that statement is so bold.
That boy actually chose just chikola nyera tugenda chogera kwa Rising Stars. Tinengere jewetu
mamuko. Choice of name, we talked about it, I think.
The choice of name, because mulimu ebintu abantu kati oyinza waliwo omusajja waliwo gundi yayitanga machinery 33 nti waliwo erinnya liweetuuma nola lijja kwanguyira abantu okukwata. How do people relate with this name? Baga muyimbi because waliwo erinnya liweeyita omuntu n'agamba ono muyimbi so people like Kapeke,
Kapeke, bana, you deserve the flowers.
I love the fact
that style fashion. I
also want to give credit to, there's a crop of rising stars from the slums or ghettos.
Yes, our ghetto.
Yeah, those the likes of Nato Boss. The likes of YB Expert. There is Kabukusi Fox. There is Bulasio.
Bisobisala. You see yaimba muko wa swaga.
Yes. Now abano there is actually they are inspiring a lot of young talents.
Yes, in the ghettos.
In the ghettos to also jump ship and get to.
And I love the way they are so consistent about what they do and how they love what they do.
Exactly.
Creating content to avoid when they're singing. It's like they love what they're doing.
Exactly.
You know?
They've helped create an element of I can do this.
Yes, I can do this.
Because for when we're going up,
the other person I'm sorry to interrupt you. Gwenjagala okwa credit mu ghetto omulala. Nga kale amawuli tegamu wa New Time is Mark the Urban. Which may Mark the Urban.
But
he inspired.
He's also a rising star.
Yeah, he inspired actually most of these guys, you know. Nabagamba way chisoboka, you can do a freestyle.
Exactly.
And make it.
And I want to also appreciate, by the way, let me take this opportunity to appreciate the established artists that have worked with these rising stars. Because you've mentioned Mark the Urban.
Yes.
When you look at this song that he did with King Saha, that collaboration, it was a very good one.
Yes.
When you look at Kapeke has done songs with Fik Fameka,
he has done,
which songs have really been so nice.
Yeah,
I love the fact that if you look at an artist, if you look at some of these few artists, like Avapiece, he abadda akoze songs n'abantu, and also nekozemu n'omulimu because when you look at songs Avapiece akoze ne Dax, there is that song of Taboo. My
Taboo
God, it has very big.
I think it's one of the biggest songs of 2024.
It is a very sweet song. So Nebazano, I also want to give credit to all the people out there, the producers. You've mentioned Chemical Inaisa, Best Boy. There are a lot of other
producers who are doing
songwriters that have come in to help these rising stars. Nebabagatake Tofali.
Dr. Brain.
Dr. Brain has yakoledde Pretty Banks, yakoledde Passy Melon, yakola n'ennyimba za gundi ezo eza oluyimba olwo lwa Tabu yaluwandiika. I think people like Nikolai,
he has done something.
So for everyone who is out there and they are trying to add value onto these young talents, the rising stars, tubebaza
nnyo omulimu gwe mukola gw'amaanyi nnyo. Thank you for adding a break to the industry. Era bambi mwongeremu amaanyi, tubalaba and we are monitoring you guys. Thank you for making Uganda so proud. Talking about rising artists, waliwo muyimbi ono Pretty Banks. Pretty Banks, she's talented
by inside. Ate kati alinawo oluyimba olupya. Yakuba muneka meant to be naye kati alinawo n'oluyimba olupya. But omanyi there is kyebayita burden of a rising star. Burden of a rising star ejja etya nti abantu abasinga bambi Katonda agenda n'abasaasira ne bakuba akajji ng'enjogera bw'ebajogera. Like an artist comes through and they easily get a breakthrough without hustling so much. You get it. It's their first song and God helps them and the song you get it. So biggest problem abantu bano gye basanga nti bagenda ne bajja oluyimba ne lukuba naye nga atabadde ready tamanyi kyazzaako so kati abasinga ekisukira ddala ekisinga okubasumbuwa they are overwhelmed and usually this kind of overwhelming affects the way they think. Baba n'abawujja obunyama bangi kati abasinga ne bafuna amalala.
Nabaddeko mu studio nabadde wa Wani
producer Wani
big up on yourself producer Wani
wadlo fit
nyo ali down to earth nabadde naye nga ngamba nti olaba fe ba artist obuzibu bwe tulina we have people that we call our friends around us but they're our enemies nti obeera n'omuntu nga wa yes okitegere ekintu ekyo okubya akayimba wakubye hit banaye tugitwale ku TV you understand like without a plan they are the same people who will tell you nti why ekintu kyokola nga wankubadde kikyamu they will just tell you nti ekintu kyokola kituufu you get nti we have so many fake people around us that pretend that they love us in actual sense nga tebatwagaliza. Now I'm imagining a young artist like Ozambe, Dista. Now Dista, he had a song. Now, due to lack of proper planning for his career, msajja watu namalilizanga esawa zineno if industry bana abantu abasigadde bamutaminganga nti esawa zinakoze eki is a flop but in actual sense bambi tiyamanya nti why nti afeme gena kujja bweti you get what I'm saying so we encourage young artists nobody yongoli artists no badde wegegenya mbwegegenya have a plan for the things you do because you never know what may come
because usually for me this is what I'm thinking when you decide to do something for example when you say I'm going to be an artist it is good to invest your time into the craft and understand what it takes to be an artist because every time you see every time you plan for something you get it it gives you your plan gives you direction. For example, if I'm an artist I'm supposed to learn about my craft who are the producers how do I distribute my music how do I promote know about
how do you upload a song
and everything exactly
all those dynamics
so before you go full throttle onto pursuing your career in the industry as a musician or as an artist you get it it is very important for you to sit down and say okay if I'm going to sing you get it do I have the songs do I have the finances to push the songs if I do not have the finances am I in a position to seek out promoters to seek out managers people to help me out do I have a team how do I assemble a team that is going to help me out because at the end of the day the biggest challenge that we normally face is that once an artist gets a breakthrough and they do not have all this set in place you get it it is going to become very hard for them that's why I was telling you that it is very easy to find an artist overwhelmed with being with the stardom you get it so usually you find a problem that nenjogera ekyuka you'll find omuyimbi nti
balina kana akantu tebakwata masimu
exactly and the worst thing that they normally do the people that were part of their journey at the start they usually get rid of them and adopt
and those are the real people that they need
people
to have
who really understand them kati wesanga nti omuntu ajja nafuna abantu nga bapya naye nga bawujja bunyama people that cannot tell you people that are just going to tell you only the things that you want to hear it becomes very challenging in the sense that we are in an industry that is really harsh okitegera nti abantu be bamu abo bonna aboogudde bajja kugenda bagende w'omuyimbi omulala
bankugambye bajja batunuzaamu kamera bagambe mabeeranga n'omuyimbi omuyimbi oyo goolaba yali akola kinene waliwo artist one of the prominent artists between now and then I won't mention his name but he had a group they fell out with the group now when they fell out the group wanted to tarnish his name in the media natandika okukola interviews nti oyo muyimbi yali tatusasula twakolenga ku malusu biki now in my head I'm like mama muwanga amagezi mwete musobola kumugamba nti banaye leka tusetting a team ne structure nti banaye tufunira wano yes wano tufunira nti banaye okubera nawe this is how we gain this is what we put on the table this is what we add on you obo kitegera nti sometimes artists these rising artists atandika abatamanyina abantu bamuliko nga tamanyina potentials zaabwe ye aliwo kutambula butambuzi nabo. You get what I'm saying? Now at the end of the day tomanyi bantu bano whether they are loyal to you oba kitegere ekintu ekyo baba kwagala ebyaddala. That is why we have cases where artists katinga tugeze ba artists bana baliko abadde ba rising like 2024 last year esawas neno osobola sanga taina oluyimba. Now the same people who used to hype him, the same people are going to tell you nti why guy yakola yagwa.
I think one of the things that we need to really point out is that every time an artist or every time you're going to do anything, like a musician, you need to understand that every stage has different demands. You get it? I'll give you an example. If you're just an artist that is starting, usually your demands are limited to production, having a song out there. You get it?
And getting learn instruments.
Exactly.
You know?
At the start, it might not be so much of something that you really want to do. For example, abantu abasinga babatandika okuyimba ayagala sente zigenda mu studio akoleya akayimba akalungi. Abantu abasinga babatandika okuyimba ayagala hit. You get it? Na kufunayo kayimba katwala mbadeji
wenakuba hit
exactly
njagala ngule akamotoka mfune apartment yakabi.
Exactly. Now why we're saying the burden of a rising star, now when somebody gets a breakthrough, you get it? Now the pressure comes in so fast in a sense that first of all visibility, you get it? There is need, for example, you're going to be pushed into that pressure of having to get a car
or maybe use an Uber.
Exactly.
Every now and then you want to move.
Ekirala nti oba wadde oyiriba endongo wekka maybe nyina abe wange ono tutambula ffenna n'endongo. Now you start getting the need of having to get an entourage nga tubadde tukyogerako nti kati olula nti weetaaga okutambula ne makeup artist weetaaga bouncer weetaaga biki okitegera because okikubye akajja okakoze ki okasambye. Ekirala nti oyesanga n'osanga omuntu n'erinnya kati atandise oddikuuma okitegera because waliwo bantu balina bye bakusuubiramu basuubira nti ogenda olina okuvaamu akasente n'ebisigadde. Now all these kind of pressures zijja nga abayimbi tebazikoze eki tebaziteekedde. Kyokulaba nti when you have a career that is planned, when you have a team, when you have people that are on your side to help you, tell you and help you run things, it is much easier because they will help you absorb the pressure. You get it? So as an artist, you know that my primary role is to, first of all, put in the work. You get it? Go in the studio, do the music. You get it? Now, when it comes to promoting and trying to push, when it comes to trying to raise funds to push the projects that I produce, then there is somebody out there that has that, who has that responsibility. Now the biggest challenge also comes in nti when omuyimbi waafuuka owakabi okitegeera naddala ba rising star olwokuba nti abakikubye nga takisuubira, they have a mentality of thinking nti kati nze mmaze
nze neereeta.
Actually bakiyita arrivalism syndrome nti eyo syndrome embeera ey'okugamba nti kati nze nkikubye sikyasabirwa kati abantu bali willing okuconsuminga whatever I bring on the market.
Natamanya nti at that point that is when you have to put in
exactly nti that's why we're saying nti when somebody for somebody who has a career that is planned, you'll have for example, you could have about 10 songs, but then you'll know that, okay, first of all, enyimba zengenda okufulumya nzifulumya mu bbanga ki nga bw'olaba nti studio ola tukola program eno naye tukimanyi nti program eno tushootinga mu buli bbanga bweti tu-releasinga buli episode tuzireleasinga mu ssaawa bweti because we sat and plan. Now abantu abasinga career ba rising stars kye babeera nakyo nti kyangu nnyo omuntu n'akuba oluyimba. We saw abayimbi nga ono yakuba emmese
Captain
Dollar nti akuba oluyimba n'atuuka nga lukuba nga tamanyi katalina nakyazzaako
ne gundi ono mimbi gwe nakugamba Mutume Planet nti yakuba oluyimba yakuba kyayonje ng'ali waka mu kazigo bamugamba nabugambi nti why your song is trending on TikTok. Now kakati kiwadde yogerako wali eri nti why if you don't plan your career you'll end up with one nga tukuyita one hit wonder.
Abantu abasinga bayimbi by mistake.
Of course.
Oba bayimbi by chance. Nimba nakera ku chance nengamba kanyimbe nga bwenjiribe eno ku kigobero nyina kigobero gyenkuba. Now somebody wakes up and their song all of a sudden has gone viral. With the impact of social media lately, we've seen so many artists that have been made overnight. You get it? And somebody releases, actually, somebody goes to studio, they do a demo, because usually the song has not even been mastered, it is considered a demo. You get it? And maybe they will say, let me do a challenge in this song. They release that song, it is all over social media, it is on their accounts, it's on TikTok, because now TikTok, you know the hype that has come with TikTok. There are so many artists, rising stars that have been made overnight on social media, over TikTok. And trust me, now, these people start receiving that kind of hype. They are overwhelmed in the sense that omuntu akera kumacha nga yakikubye naye nga takimanyi.
Wala nokubanga yakikubye nga yateeka munyo ngalaba ndi wakabikati. Sateka munanyo bali bateeka munyo.
Kane weesanga nti omuyimbi bw'atyo tamanyi kyazzaako. Okyege tamanyi ngeri gyakweconductingamu. Ne weesanga nti omuyimbi yali everywhere because they think since their song is hitting the radio waves, or the airwaves, ayina okubeera ng'akola ki abeera ng'abeera buli wamu.
Kati njako example ya artist omulala gwe tutogeddeeko naye nga I would want us to also give him his flowers. Joshua Baraka. Now rising artist na ali eyo. Joshua Baraka kabere case study. How Joshua Baraka olimba let's give an example of a song like Lonely. Lonely, if you hear the song itself, whatever the baluwa life, baluwa obudde, okitegera ekintu ekyo. Nti sibe bine byaffe waneeno nti oluyimba olukoze mu studio emakindye ku ssaawa 2 ez'ekiro ku 6 luli ku YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Nti let's ebintu Joshua Baraka byakola tebiri exceptional. Bya bulijjo. But he's organized, he has a team, there is specialization of work. You understand?
Kati Olaba, when you look at an artist like Joshua Baraka, I think never know about rising stars very much. They are rising stars that have gotten a breakthrough, but they are a product of a certain planned process.
Yes.
You get it?
Yes.
And an artist was identified, then there's a lot of work that was put in. A team was put aside
to
polish them. They were took through a process to make sure that whatever they are going to do, they are prepared into being an artist. Now, by the time that kind of artist gets a breakthrough, it's kind of different in the sense that whatever they are going through is not by chance. It was planned. Somebody saw their potential. Exactly. Somebody saw their potential. This usually happens so much with artists that are under record labels. I'll give you an example. We're talking about Zafaran last time. And Zafaran, we all know her vocal ability. We all know how she's very talented. Now, this artist was identified. Or was gotten out there by a record label that is Swanks in this case. So they sat down, exactly, prepared her to be the artist that we see. She might not be already an established artist, but you see nti wakabi because ulichakola kitegeke nebyakola byennyini byazzaako nti fulumiza otulo afulumiza kana akayimba nti wegenda kwesanga nti omuntu bwatyo that kind of an artist that kind of rising artist is going to be different because first of all they have people that are responsible for what they do.
Mutegeke byaddala
osegera agenda kuyimba luyimba ki azzaako ki ayambala ki abeera wa ayogera ki you get it. Activities ku social media how relatable jali ne fan base ayambala atya n'ebisigadde ye conducting atya mu bantu exactly. But then tuyina never rising stars nga ye abadde omuntu asobola kubeera ne mu industry nga agibaddemu emyaka 5 nga yiriba
ekyo kituufu bangi tubalabyeko
naye kimuyisa rising star nti akaji yatandika endongo katugeze yatandika endongo mu 2015 but in 2025 osegera lwasambya akaji lwafunye hiti nti kati fo tusegamba muyimbi we mwamukoze ki mwamulabye. I'll give you an example. I was seeing Lil Puzzle's story nti bolaba abantu balowooza nti Lil Puzzle started with genda ogula emmotoka because that is the song that he gave him. Naye bw'owulira story akulaga he has been in groups abadde ayiriba endongo okumala akaseera exactly so
and si yekka
n'abayimbi bangi
n'abaliko kati n'abali establish bitugamba nti bali establish balina we baatandikira balina camp ez'abapolishinga today King Saha has a show King Saha omanyi emikono gyayisemu okutuuka awo waali kufuuka King Saha he has passed through the hands of radio he has passed through the hands of J Chameleon you understand these are his mentors obomfuna kati omuntu bwali tomusuubira kubeera nga an ordinary artist avudde eri rising artist n'akikuba bukubi
bana babeeranga ne ba AK mu bulletproof
thank you so much bulletproof yali awo ngeringa record label naye yalinga camp you get what I'm saying so ngazigeza ku polishing abayimbi baneno and abayimbi abo bemulaba yensonga lwaki kati bamaanyi okitegera ne omuyimbi azobuzi olwa vibe esana tusamulaba oyigolese example tufu ya Captain Dollar he just did one song a message he never came back you get what I'm saying due to the things we have been talking about here due to lack of career programming you understand nebo imba wimbi ngoimba bya vibe have a plan what are your intentions to just sing for us and do a freestyle
wonaba toyina hit song ogenda kolotya omuziki ogupushinga oti mulimu abantu the people that do songs nenga tezisukka nju yaabwe
true ng'azuuliza mu kisenge kye yenga ye
yakola oluyimba lwe n'alugabira awo basalira busidi ku library n'alugabira ebbaala nti so every time is around or every time they recognize nti ali within bamukubira oluyimba lwage abe mwali mukakube.
Now I'll give an example. Last Friday was Spice Diana's show. Last Friday I managed to be I managed to be there Kulunaku before the show.
Okay.
I met her and we had a chat. So I reminded her of when she used to come to Majestic Plaza. Natamzoli imbare. Ololwanz onsanula nga yakalukubanga mwana ninaka imbaka nge
do to do wajita do to do.
Now Teyina record label at that moment. But she did the efforts into why Rising Star and kozatya zisina record label ndinze kawa namunigira nenkoze ntyo chikuba. She took steps. Right now, Spice Diana is one of the biggest artists we have in this country. And I was so happy when I saw Rick Ross posting a video on social media. He was acknowledging the artists. Africa. You saw that video. And Spice Diana was one of the artists. But Spice Diana has not done that has not done that today. Ina steps that taking to be the Spice Diana you know right now. The Spice Diana that rolls in a Range Rover. You get what I'm saying? Like she has taken steps to get to where she is right now. So this message goes to these rising stars. Musobodo tuendongo last year ebadde nungi nnyo. This year mutandise n'amaanyi and we really appreciate. But let's have a plan. Okitegere ekintu ekyo. Let's have a plan and have mentors. Okitegere ekyo. Bira n'abantu bo abakuwabula. When you do a song, like don't just release the song. Yes, wetaaga abantu bagenda okupolisinga bakugambe nti omanyi wano babuzeewo melody bweti. Naye oyagala kufuna melody bweti genda ewakusame genda ku producer bwati. You get what I'm saying? Like have those people with you. Don't just have people who just praise you anyhow. Nfuna
babera n'abawujja obunyama bangi
bayitirivu nnyo and these people are so irrelevant to them,
to the cause.
To the cause nti bo batwala butwazi. They just take, you don't know what they add. They bring nothing to the table. Okujja kukuletera entalo. You get what I'm saying? Nti gundi yakwogeddeko nti oyo yani oyo amaze mu industry myaka emikulu ani yanjogerako. You get what I'm saying? Like kunonya ntalo zili unwanted or uncalled for with media personalities. Before you know, rising artist omulaba ali mu media house number. You understand? Abasogera nabo tuyogera nabo on what grounds? These are the people you need. Okitegere ekintu ekyo yensonga lwaki industry critic eri waneeno tujja wano kwogera ku nsonga bweziti tusobole kubanga tuyamba industry yaffe. So rising artists abali eyo bannaye we appreciate the work you guys have done. We acknowledge it so much. Let's have a plan. Yes.
There are people that, because, consistency is key.
Yeah.
In every craft. In everything that we put our hands onto.
Yeah.
We really need to be consistent. When we are consistent, it helps in the sense that we keep relevant. We keep being relevant in the industry, and it also helps us grow in our craft. When I do a song today, definitely I want to be better on my next song. You get it? And I also want to be able to capture feedback from people. You get it? And also be around people. Because that visibility comes with you keeping on, putting in, grinding in, and putting in the work. Now, I'll give you an example. If you look at a boy like Dax.
Yes, Dax Vibes.
Yes.
Big up on yourself, my soldier.
Yeah, it's one of those rising stars that have really come to give a lot of credit. Because when you look at all the songs that he has been doing, when he did that song with Radio, Vinka, you get it?
That song was mad.
That boy has evolved. He has become better actually.
And he's hardworking.
Exactly.
I'll tell you.
Even when you look at his vocal abilities, when you compare, for example, how he sang in the song Taboo, and you compare with how he was struggling with the Mayumba Kumi. It's a very big difference.
It's a very big difference, a huge one.
Exactly.
Something.
So what does that imply? It implies that if you're an upcoming artist, it's not about that particular one song that you're going to do. It's not about that two songs you're going to do. But you need to have a broader perspective of what you want to do. You need to have projection. You get it? And anticipation of, okay, this is who I am today. How do I maintain this? Because I think the focus of every artist should be on, once I get a breakthrough, how do I stay relevant? How do I keep on
the consistency
giving this music such that at the end of the day you're able to build a legacy? I'll give you an example. For a legend like Chameleon, he had dedicated his life to singing. That's why he was telling you, exactly. That's why when you listen to most of his interviews, he will tell you that I left Uganda to go and be an artist. Learn the instruments and everything.
He took efforts. Kyetugamba ba artist wane omusajja yali nyago ku basi yagamba yali ku basi corridor ku Kameme paka Nairobi. You understand? Now you see the level of commitment this guy put in to be Uganda's number one. You understand? Yateekamu ebintu bingi nnyo.
Ate olaba Abe, kitegeeza omuntu oyo bw'anajja. You see, people don't forget that respect is earned. And it is it's a double-edged sword. As you want people to respect you, you want people to feel your presence, you also need to I'll give you an example. Tulina embeera gye tubeeramu wano n'osanga omuntu omuyimbi nga muto. Naye nga akavimbo k'alina oyinza okulowooza ayina yaleeta wano Grammy. Omuntu abadde ayimba nga tebamuyita na kubivulu. Naye olw'okuba yafunyemu akasente ayinamu hiti etambula, bamalina okyogera. Nze ndiko. Nze nina amasannyalaze. Nze nina oluyimba olukola ki? Oluliko. Kane weesanga nti they make a lot of mistakes all in the name of wanting to prove a point. Let me tell you, as an artist out there, if you're a good artist, if you're an artist that is really, really struggling to progress, what you need to do is tuula wansi ogambe nti okay, njagala kuyimba, biki ebiyinza okunyanguyiza okuyimba kwange, osegera nti bw'oteekateeka ennungi nomanya nti okay, as an artist neetaaga studio wenyimbira, neetaaga writer, neetaaga producer, neetaaga manager, neetaaga people that are promoter. You get it now. It helps you. And every time you have questions about the industry, you know where to find the right answers. I want to produce. Who are the best producers that I can talk to? I want to write. I want to write a piece about this particular thing. That's when you reach out and go, doctor osobola okumpandika oluyimba bwe luti yese osobola okumpandika oluyimba luti Zulando osobola okukolera oluyimba bwe luti nti kigaziya emikisa gyaffe gy'okubeera nga tukola ebyo ebintu industry byetukola ki byetusuubiramu ate nekisinga okubeera ekirala kyenandyagerera okwogerako ekisinga okubeera ekikulu nti ebiseera ebisinga tulina abantu abanywamu nti yakuba jasikakasa abantu be bakola ki bali mwetolode nti bane ndi kikuba ndibeera wakabi kati ebiseera ebisinga be bantu betusanga abo ng'amaze kikuba afuuse wakabi naye ng'amazima ga Katonda kimutomedde kata kyalina kyazzaako yagala ayimbe mu buyimbi akite so ng'omuntu bw'ojja nga bakutegeka okitegera otuuka ekiseera nga buli kintu okikola nga bw'okola ki bw'okisuubirwamu.
Now that brings me to this segment. Rising artists banayi mukomya amalala simwe musoso okuba hiti okitegera ekintu ekyo simwe musoso okubeera abakabi simwe musoso okubanga ennyimba zammwe zikuba ku trace oba zikuba ku ki banaye tubeere bakkakkamu ensi buli lwogiteekako amaanyi naye ekuddiza amaanyi. That is the law of the universe oba okitegera ekintu ekyo. It's the law of the universe. Once you put in too much like efforts on ku nsi n'ogiteekako amaanyi naye ekunyigiriza. You get what I'm saying? So bw'oba okubya akayimba ate tovimba nnyo bantu because these are your fans oba kitegera. Nze nina artist gwe mmanyi wano eno nali ku airport nga ngenze picking my brother tuba tuli ku airport nali ne Palaso nga tunyumya. Palaso is one of the biggest artists we have in this country. You understand? But he's so humble to the extreme nti chali wange jali na Ivan Kira simoleza chali wange oba kitegere ekintu ekyo nti tuli ku kisayo tuli ku airport Ivan Kira ndabi hey why yangu abekiri kitya nti understand nti omukulu ali wamubuze
ko atava ku gadi ya gundi oyo ya Palaso
awona tugenda kujja tubagambe bagundi ba rising artists nso ino kubeera n'omuntu oyo gwe weesiga asobola
okubeera ku kido ekyo sawa
akumanya kutegera mundu yo. Now we are at the airport the artist yayingira oyo artist gwenjogerako oyo owamalala oyo ajja ku airport yatuyita wakati abo yadde okubuuza nasindika akagaali ke natuyitako oba kitegere ekintu ekyo. Now in a context nze nsaba nva ku nnyonyi okitegere ekintu nina hit onfuna nze nina amasanyalaze. You get what I'm saying? So by young artists rising artists banaye tubaagala nnyo industry baagala nnyo because we want to create more artists. Era buli lwe mujja bwe mututuwulira essanyu nti bane waliyo artist waliyo talent empya yazze muki mu industry but tukakkanya amalala. You get have a team that controls you because we know you cannot control you being overwhelmed by this by this fame gwenga gwe tukisobola but have a team okitegere ekintu ekyo.
ate nekira kyemalinya okugambako kuba rising artists abakizibu kye balina nti olaba abbe tukirize tugaane industry eno oba to establishing the connections eremera ddala. Now ba rising artists ebiseera ebisinga bw'amala okikuba n'afunamu obusente they don't want to reinvest and ojja kusanga omuntu agule afune sente atugeze abamu Katonda waliwo bagulirawo ddala n'akola ne maiden concert. Kana when they do that maiden concert after receiving the money instead of reinvesting the money back into the music usually that is the time when they get problems or wrangles or a lot of arguments with their managers and they end up separating. That is the time when they have a lot of people hanging around them.
And a lot of people in the context of a lot of women around them.
Exactly. That is the time when they choose to live a fancy life. Anyway, sanga n'obulamu bwe balivingirako enkola gye bakoleramu eyo tebabusobola okitegeera tebasobola bomaintaininga. Ekira kye basinga okubeera nakyo nti ye aba alowooza nti everyday ajja kusigala ng'akikuba okitegeera.
And there's a quote from one of the biggest stoicism teachers Marcus Aurelius yagamba we spend most of our time chasing pain instead of happiness. Wakatandika okukuba okitegera ekintu ekyo ofunyemu ku busente oyagala apartment yemunyonyaka mu kitundu. You understand? But deep down inside you, you know you cannot afford that. You get what I'm saying? Otandika butandisi bulamu. Then otuuse eri oli mu apartment ya kabi toyina kyakulya oba kitegere kintu like you're chasing pain oba onfuna just because you want to impress people. These people you want to impress, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
Not at all, because they also have their own shit going on. You get what I'm saying? So tukakanye terya kuvuga speed oba kitegere kintu ekyo. As much as we want music, sife twakutuma mu industry oba kitegere kintu ekyo. So tewetekako pressure ya amaanyi kutambula nga webise jumper oba kitegeera. You are a human being also. You are a normal person ngaffe. Toyina kyanjawulo kikuliko ng'ojje continually artist oba kitegere kintu ekyo. So rising artist temwevuga speed okitegere kintu ekyo mbulwa kuba gundi yapangisa munyo nange nesula munyonyo
wana kale akantu ke bakola nti toba muyimbi nga tosula munyonyo
okitegera
ye capital ya music wano mu Uganda
nengo oboyo kyebisembayo
okitegera osule mu nyumba ya mitwalo nkaaga nengo oli mu nyumba ya mitwalo nkaaga olira mu biri supu
okitegere kintu ekyo
nova wano nogera mu nyumba ya mitwalo nkaaga nenge nyumba yo landlord wo oyita wano
lero siriwo ndi mubende
obusente bona bwokoze nga ujja n'obukola ki n'obumu akadde. The biggest challenge there is kyera kyenabadde gamba ko nti now omuntu ebiseera ebisinga bwe tuba nga tukola ekintu nga tulina direction tukikola tuleka ensi netupushinga yo netutwala weyagala tubeere. It is very disturbing. Tikuwa omuntu agenda kukera ku makya atuuke nga ensi emufundiridde kibula tusanga abayimbi
bangi betulabye.
That's why most upcoming artists bamalisa bagenze ku biragala kwesi etukange emubuuza nnyo why did this artist go, where did this artist go, they did a very beautiful song and they never sang again. Now njagala ombulire anko osuubira otya nti okubeera nti ogenda kuba ne a consistent following nga wakola oluyimba lumu n'osirika osuubira otya okuba nga ogenda kuba ne a consistent following nga wakola oluyimba nga katugeze wakola oluyimba abantu ne balutegeera naye ate nomala
okitegeera
no
vanishing
bakunoonya baga gundi yaddawa tolina kyezaako okitegeera. So nze what I would urge by upcoming I wouldn't want to call them upcoming rising stars nti Katonda baba kuyambe and you get a breakthrough. Surround yourself with people that will add value. Surround yourself with people that are going to help push your brand. You get the right people. Surround yourself with the people that are going to encourage you. And don't be proud. And don't be a people pleaser. Exactly. If you want to please everyone, these are my friends. Don't be proud in the sense that it is okay to understand and appreciate yourself. It's okay to love yourself. People have ego and everything. But the problem is that we are overwhelmed by pride that it stops us from even doing the small things that we're supposed to do. Because kankubulire olaba industry yaffe wano abantu balina ekintu kye bagenda ne beerabira anko nti nga bwekukkiriza bwekwaniriza bwenza okwangu okola ki okuta. Let us not be lazy nti osanga oba upcoming ba rising stars abasinga atandise leero n'akola oluyimba nga lulungi ennyimba eziddako n'atandika na kopa z'abalala webale nnyo kati now ne weesanga nti the way you've being ushered into the industry you're being ushered into the industry with laziness nti nzize naye sigenda ekirala. But rising artists mulekera ebintu by'okubuukira abayimbi abanene okitegera. Somebody has just sang a few songs for a year and now they are comparing themselves with the bigger artists that have been there for a long time, artists that are already exactly ekintu ekirala abayimbi era kye balina ng'oggyeko ekyokuzoleya oba belittling okitegera bebasanzeewo ekintu ky'okwegeraageranya. Let me tell you okwepima olinaga nze oyo guni nsolomo kuba endongo guni nsolomo challenginga my friend kino njagala nkikugambe nti industry eno ogirengera buli omu aba alina akatiba ke. There are so many chances nti ate gwe ekyo kyoyagala okapitalizingako osega tokisobola waliwo abakisobola other people are doing it because I'll give you an example. Mulimu abayimbi nga bagezezzaako okukyusa genre kyabalya. I'll give you an example. Walaba omuyimbi nga Abdulmulas yagezaako okuva eri mu kadonkamu egye bamanyidde nayagala akube raga ekimulya. Exactly. Naye mulimu abayimbi nga Katonda aba blesses. A person like Chameleon asobola okuyimba any genre osegera. I want to appreciate a rising star called Aronix.
Aronix, yes. Aronix.
Aronix so yabadde akuba nnyo style gye bayita bossa nova. Otegera. Bw'olaba ennyimba
ze yayimba simanyi mpitibwa kasajja lwazi
bw'olaba oluyimba lwe yazzaako ne Winnie Nwagi. Bw'olaba luno oluyimba lwe yayimbya boda boda. Take me to my girl boda boda. You get. Now bw'olula ennyimba ezo bw'oziwulira akulaga nti ye yakitegeera nti nze nyina kuba this style, this genre. Naye kati tekigasa leero ne bakuwulira
and kyemwagalako n'ekirala nti he has got inspiration from artists like Maurice Carrier. And agezezzaako nnyo obutamuswaza oba okitegeera mu style eyo nti ne waba ayimba olabira ddala nga this is the young version of Maurice Carrier, and he's doing something. He's very talented. Okitegere ekintu ekyo.
Kuba abantu abamu beevuga speed kati the artists abayimbi bangi betulabyeko okitegera ne investment plan neekulema
negana and kyeberabira ekirala nti music nga bwolina business yakaduuka nayo business
music wakufukirira
okitegera ekintu ekyo nti yeetaga investment okitegera yeetaga okulabirira okitegera ekintu ekyo nti ebanga mwana yeetaga okuwembejja okitegera ekintu ekyo
kuba lwaki njogedde ku kintu ekyo anko nti ojja kulaba omuyimbi ebiseera ebisinga rising artists abasinga wakikubamu kugula motoka kugula ngoye. Now all these things have an impact on you as an artist. Nate the call that you make eri kuki kumalala kweraga oba kwegattako nga muyimbi. For example bw'oba ng'oli muyimbi ng'okikubye nga concert so ina nnyingi okitegeera bw'ogula emmotoka nti emmotoka eno enyambako ku kino ne kino kitegeerekeka omuyimbi okwambala kitegeerekeka because sikugattako value. Naye mulimu omuntu gw'olaba nga yakuba oluyimba lumu nga terunaana kufuuka nnyo lwakabi naye olwokuba balukuba ku gundi nga tafugika.
Bayitirivu abo waneeno mu industry bayitirivu nnyo
abuukira bayimbi banne
asobola okufuna relevance
webale nnyo ayagala okulaga bano nti ye yakikuba nnyo wakabi now this kind of that kind of fracas
and mediocrity
nti okedde ku maca n'osanga omuyimbi n'abeera nga tahonaringa tahonaringa
respecting abasanzeewo ebintu ba presenters
tahonaringa na bookings
webale nnyo n'okubira omuyimbi omukubidde ku maca wakoze naye interview okitegere wakoze naye appointment ya interview ya ssaawa 8 n'omukubira essimu n'atakwata nakukubira ssaawa nga 2 ez'ekiro n'agamba mwana neebase nnyo nasuze mu bbaala as if he didn't know he had an interview. Okitegera ekintu ekyo nze nyo omuyimbi omu gwe baakubira ku after 5 ng'alina show ku ssaawa ku after 5 bamukubira ssaawa mu kitundu bamugamba mukama wange olina okubira ku show taata tubali tukubye kulaba oba otuuseewa nakwata essimu n'agamba yali live ku show katukule ku muyimbi waffe tulabe atuuseewa oba kitegere ekintu ekyo. It was beyond 5 bamukubira essimu nagamba nebase daga nebase mwana sijja sobola leero on a live television
ga buli omu aveewo ng'akitegedde nti oli muntu w'amalala
onfuna genza kugamba bafaani bo oba kitegeera oba genda kuluzinga bafaani abamu abatasobola containinga bintu bwe bityo oba kitegeera ekintu ekyo. So this is the industry critique.
Nyiiga
oba yiga okitegeera ekintu ekyo naye nga wandibadde oyiga mu kifo ky'okunyiiga okitegeera ekintu ekyo. So I've been my name is Abe Ozil and
Abdul White Collar.
Yes, and please keep subscribing, comment, share. Yes, we comment to YouTube. Wow,
and we appreciate
so much the love. We appreciate the love from all over the world. Abantu abali USA, abantu abali Dubai,
Canada,
abantu abali Canada, abantu abali wane Kampala. Thank you for the love. We really appreciate. Yes, keep on commenting. Mutubulire so far tukola tutya. Yes, we get to know because we want to give you more good information about the industry. So keep on commenting, keep on sharing, keep on subscribing. The industry critique. Nyiga oba yiga.
Njagala okugambira abantu akantu kano anko nti we are here basically to help rectify and create order in the industry, because if our industry is to grow, then we need to have people that critique it. But abantu wetu criticizing ebintu byetwogera bingi bigenda kunyiza abantu, bingi bigenda batwala
era mujja kulowooza nti tuli against you, but we are not.
Naye twagala twogere ebintu bino abantu batereere. Naffe nga bwe mutulaba tulina mikwano gyaffe ba artists, tulina mikwano gyaffe ba promoter, ba managers n'ebisigadde. Tukkiriza nti ebintu bye tukola bino bigenda kulungiya omulimu. It will make the craft, or it will make the job more beneficial in terms of income generation. It will make the craft more beneficial in terms of attraction of endorsements. Because let me tell you, nalina akantu ke nali njogera wali nga ngamba abantu nti upcoming changu nnyo oba rising star abasinga they don't tap into the corporate world in terms of endorsement because they're not prepared. They don't have the right personnel to help them push that. Tebalina muntu agenda kuandikira proposal, tebalina muntu agenda kuyamba
kugayiba bannaye abayimbi mwe n'abali eyo tukola tulina agency number okitegera ekintu ekyo ekolagana ne corporate companies zineeno nti if you really want to enter the corporate world, how do you prepare yourself? Come to Spark Agency. Ye agency gye tulina ebikwasaganya bina nkola n'abantu ab'enjawulo. We work with different corporate companies and you come and we help you. Oba okitegera ekintu, you get to know these things. Tojja kubeera olowooze nti Airtel egenda kukubira bukubizi essimu, nedda. Approach oba okitegera ekintu ekyo. Come to us, we help you. So every artist out there nga wandyagadde okumanya how you get these endorsement deals, just reach out to us. Even the industry critique, you can comment down there otubulire fe wetuli okubanga tukola ebintu bino kubanga betwasomerera. And till next time, this has been the industry critique. Nyiga
obayiga. No risk, no story.
No risk, no story. Thank you so much.